late 70s, kids flocked to pizza parlors and bowling alleys to experience something new. A large mechanical box that combined video and games together. These machines introduced us to characters such as Pac-Man and Donkey Kong, where we would see the very first of the video game icon, Mario. These machines were called arcades, and they are taking America by storm. Then came the game consoles. First Atari, followed by the Nintendo.
Well, Nintendo took Atari's #1 spot because Nintendo was just bigger and it had more stories and more variety of games, and plus Mario came in, and really took the scene. It's probably the biggest video game franchise in history.
Introducing the next generation from Nintendo. New Super Mario World, created especially for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. It's a bit more exciting.
Nintendo then outdid themselves by releasing the SNES with better graphics and better gameplay. Sega also wanted to outdo themselves, so they released the Sega Genesis. To compete with Nintendo, Sega created characters of their own. One of those characters was Sonic the Hedgehog, which would be Sega's version of Mario. Nintendo created the FX chip, and one of the premier games for it was Donkey Kong Country, which sold millions and millions of copies. Continuing the video game war, Sega released the Sega Saturn. In 1996, Nintendo released the N64, which ran on 64 bits. It also had the innovative 4 controller ports, never done before in the video game industry. Out of nowhere, Sony PlayStation emerged as a main competitor. Desperate to compete with Nintendo, Sega released the Dreamcast, but after bad sales, it was game over for Sega. The war continues today with Sony's PlayStation 2, Xbox, which was developed by Microsoft and Bill Gates himself, and Nintendo's GameCube. Today's games all have amazing graphics and intriguing storylines. As time goes by, video games look more like motion pictures or something produced by Hollywood. Sometimes the video game character gets more recognition than the actor that's portraying the voices. Can you dig it? The days of each system having their own exclusive games is now over. More and more, a certain game can appear on all 3 systems. The consoles of the Mario are already in development. Xbox 360, the PlayStation 3, and the Nintendo Revolution. Using today's technology, you can play video games online against anyone, anywhere in the world. What are the limits to this? There are no limits.